Stop for a moment and imagine this. You wake up tomorrow. The world outside is chaos, news of crisis, endless work, people demanding more from you. Most would panic, but you remain calm. You know exactly what to do. You act without hesitation, and no matter how hard life gets, your mind stays unbroken. Sounds superhuman, right? But here's the truth, it isn't. This was the daily practice of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who ruled with unbreakable self-discipline. Today, we'll uncover 10 timeless Stoic rules to forge that same discipline so you don't just survive life, you master it. And if you're ready to walk this Stoic path with us, make sure to subscribe, because every week we sharpen the mind and strengthen the spirit. Rule number 1, find your purpose. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Remember, you were not born to lie in bed, but to act." To the Stoics, living according to nature was never about chasing comfort. It was about aligning with your role, your duty, and the values you were placed here to embody. But look at the modern world. Most people are lost. They wake up with no compass. They chase careers only for money. They pursue goals imposed by society, not by their own soul. And then they wonder why discipline collapses at the first sign of struggle. Here is the truth. Discipline without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. It drifts wherever the current takes it. But with purpose, even storms become fuel. Pain itself becomes part of the mission. Think about the soldier. He doesn't endure hardship for pleasure, he endures because he knows his mission is to protect his brothers. Think about the father. He doesn't stay patient because it's easy, he stays patient because raising the next generation is worth every sacrifice. Think about the entrepreneur. She resists the lure of quick money because her vision is to build value that will outlast her. Purpose transforms ordinary people into warriors. It turns obstacles into training grounds. It gives meaning to sleepless nights and courage to keep walking when the path is dark. So ask yourself, with brutal honesty, what was I born to do? Am I living in harmony with that calling or betraying it for comfort? Don't postpone the answer. Write it down, reflect on it, and every morning remind yourself, this is why I rise. This is why I act. Because when purpose becomes your compass, discipline follows naturally, and once you have that, nothing in this world can break you. Rule number 2, rely on yourself. Epictetus taught a timeless truth. No man is free who is not master of himself. The Stoics believed that while we may walk alongside others, the ultimate responsibility for our actions, our choices, and our growth rests within us. But look at the world today. We've been conditioned to outsource our confidence. We wait for approval from friends. We seek validation from strangers online. We lean on society's opinions to tell us who we are. And when that external support crumbles, so do we. Here's the Stoic reminder. True strength comes when you rely on yourself. When you realize that no matter what others say, no matter how the world shifts, your inner compass is enough to guide you. Think about it. The market may collapse, but your resilience doesn't have to. People may abandon you, but your character stays with you. Life may throw chaos in your path, but your mind remains your fortress if you choose to build it. Relying on yourself doesn't mean isolation. It doesn't mean rejecting help. It means this: whether the crowd cheers or condemns, whether support is present or absent, you still stand, you still act, you still choose what is right. So start small. Make promises to yourself and keep them. Set goals and pursue them, even when nobody is watching. Reflect on your actions daily, not to judge, but to ensure they align with your deepest values. The more you rely on yourself, the more unshakable you become. Your confidence is no longer borrowed, it's earned. Your strength is no longer conditional, it's permanent. Remember, the world can take everything from you, your money, your status, your comfort. But it can never take the courage to count on yourself. And once you claim that, you will never walk as a victim again. Rule number 3, Show up every day. Seneca once reminded us, nothing is accomplished by great leaps, but by small steps taken consistently. The Stoics knew that greatness is not built in a single day of passion, but in the quiet, steady discipline of daily action. Look at how most people live. They wait for motivation. They hope for the perfect mood, the perfect timing, the perfect energy. And when it doesn't come, they do nothing. But the Stoic doesn't wait. The Stoic shows up. Marcus Aurelius wrote each morning to prepare his mind for hardship. He didn't ask, "Do I feel like it?" He asked, "What is my duty today?" And then he acted. Think of the athlete. He doesn't train only when inspired. He trains when he's sore, when he's tired, when it's raining, when it's inconvenient. Because he knows consistency is the true architect of victory. Think of the writer. A single page written each day becomes a book in a year. Think of you. If you commit to small actions daily, a workout, a reflection, a promise kept, imagine who you will become in a decade. Showing up doesn't mean every day is spectacular. Some days will be average, some days will feel like failure. But the act of being present, of showing up despite excuses, is what forges character. So ask yourself each morning, what does showing up mean for me today? Then do it, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect. Because consistency beats intensity. 1,000 sparks burn out quickly, but a steady flame lights the way through the darkest night. Remember this, your future self is watching you. And every day you show up, you cast a vote for the person you are becoming. Show up today and tomorrow until it becomes who you are. Rule number 4, embrace voluntary discomfort. Marcus Aurelius slept on hard ground. Epictetus, once a slave, lived with nothing but simplicity. The Stoics understood something we've forgotten. Comfort makes us weak, but discomfort makes us strong. In today's world, everything is designed for convenience. Instant food, instant entertainment, instant comfort. And yet, why are people more anxious, more fragile than ever? Because a life without struggle breeds a mind that cannot endure. The Stoics trained themselves through voluntary hardship, not because they hated comfort, but because they refused to be ruled by it. Think of the soldier who practices in the rain so he can fight in the storm. Think of the athlete who pushes past exhaustion so game day feels easier. Think of the Stoic who skips a meal, takes a cold bath, or walks instead of riding, not to punish himself, but to remember he is stronger than his cravings. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is the training ground of resilience. By choosing small hardships, you prepare for the great ones that life will inevitably bring. Try it yourself. Wake up earlier than you want. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Fast for a day. Disconnect from technology. Each act whispers to your soul, I am not a slave to comfort. I command myself. And here's the paradox. The more you choose discomfort, the more you appreciate comfort when it comes. The meal tastes better after hunger. The bed feels softer after the hard floor. Gratitude grows where entitlement dies. So, embrace voluntary discomfort, because one day hardship will come without asking. And when it does, you will not break. You will smile because you have trained for this. Remember, comfort is temporary. Discipline is forever. Rule number 5, master the dichotomy of control. Epictetus began his teachings with one timeless lesson. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. The Stoics knew that peace begins when you stop wasting energy on what lies beyond your control and focus entirely on what is within your control. Think about it. The weather? Not in your control. The actions of others? Not in your control. The economy, politics, global events? Not in your control. But your judgment, your choices, your reactions, these are yours, completely. Most people reverse this. They rage at traffic, curse the weather, obsess over gossip. Meanwhile, they neglect the one kingdom they actually rule, their own mind. The Stoic asks a simple question before reacting. Is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, release it. This isn't apathy, it's power, because it frees your energy to work where it truly matters. Imagine two people stuck in the same storm. One shouts at the clouds, the other accepts the rain, adapts, and continues forward. Who suffers more? Not the one who accepts reality, but the one who fights it. In your life, the same principle applies. You cannot control whether people praise you or insult you, but you can control whether their words enter your heart. You cannot control setbacks, but you can control how you rise from them. Mastering this rule doesn't mean life gets easier. It means you get stronger. Challenges still come, but they no longer own you. You walk through chaos with calm, because you know what belongs to you and what never will. So remember, peace begins where control ends. Guard your thoughts, guide your actions, master your responses. That is your domain, and nothing, no man, no storm, no fate can take it from you. Rule number 6, never play the victim. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning, today you will meet the selfish, the ungrateful, the arrogant, but none of them can harm your soul unless you allow it. The Stoics believed this. While we cannot control what happens to us, we always control how we respond, and that response defines whether we live as victors or as victims. Look around, so many people cling to the victim mindset. They say, life is unfair, people mistreat me, the world owes me. But every time you say those words, you hand your power away. You chain yourself to weakness. The Stoic path is different. When misfortune strikes, the Stoic doesn't ask, why me? He asks, how can I use this? Lose your job? That's not the end, it's the chance to start the path you've been avoiding. Betrayed by someone you trusted. Painful, yes, but now you can sharpen your judgment and strengthen your independence. Facing hardship? Good, here is the training ground for your courage. Playing the victim is easy, but it is poison. Refusing to be the victim is hard, but it is freedom. Epictetus, once a slave, could have lived his whole life in bitterness. Instead, he chose to master his thoughts. His body was chained, but his spirit was untouchable. And so must you. Stop blaming, stop complaining, stop waiting for rescue. Stand tall, take responsibility. Remember, your response is always yours. Because the moment you reject the role of victim, you become the author of your own story. And in that story, suffering is not the end. It is the beginning of strength. Rule number 7, practice delayed gratification. The Stoics taught that the man who cannot master his desires is not free, he is a slave. A slave not to chains, but to his impulses. Look at our modern world. Everywhere you turn, you are offered instant comfort. Fast food, endless scrolling, one-click pleasure. Society whispers, why wait? You can have it now. But the truth is simple. If you cannot say no in the short term, you will never achieve anything great in the long term. Marcus Aurelius warned against being ruled by fleeting pleasures. Seneca reminded us that true wealth is not in possessions, but in mastery of the self. Think of the student who chooses to study instead of partying years later. That choice becomes success. Think of the athlete who trains when others quit. That sacrifice becomes victory. Think of the saver who resists impulse spending. That discipline becomes freedom. This is the power of delayed gratification. To deny a small desire today so you can build a greater future tomorrow. It doesn't mean rejecting joy. It means choosing the higher joy, the one that lasts. A body trained instead of neglected. A mind sharpened instead of dulled. A life built, not wasted. So here is your challenge. When temptation calls, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, does this serve my future or just my impulse? If it serves the future, act. If it serves only the moment, let it go. Because every time you delay gratification, you cast a vote for the stronger version of yourself. Remember this, Pleasure fades quickly, but discipline leaves a legacy. Choose the reward that lasts, and you will live not as a slave to desire, but as a master of your destiny. Rule number 8. Ignore the naysayers. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Notice he never said, "If they approve, then act," because the Stoics knew this. Other people's opinions are outside your control. And yet, how many dreams are killed, not by failure, but by fear of what others will say? Society is full of voices whispering, "You can't do this. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are?" Here's the truth. Naysayers will always exist. They doubted the great philosophers, the inventors, the warriors, and they will doubt you too. But their words only have power if you give them space inside your mind. Think of Epictetus, born a slave. Many would have said, "You are nothing, stay in your place." Yet he became one of the greatest teachers in history. Think of Seneca, criticized for his wealth and politics, yet his writings still guide millions today. Think of Marcus Aurelius. Ruling Rome in chaos, he faced endless critics, but remained steady in virtue. The lesson? Greatness is never decided by the crowd. It is decided by your actions, your character, your courage to stay the course. So when the voices rise against you, pause. Ask yourself, is this voice rooted in wisdom or in envy? In truth or in noise? If it's wisdom, learn. If it's noise, let it die in silence. Because every minute you spend feeding on criticism is a minute stolen from your purpose. Remember this, lions do not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Walk your path, build your strength. Ignore the naysayers and let your results speak louder than their doubts. Rule number 9. Learn from the wise. Marcus Aurelius filled the first pages of his meditations not with philosophy, but with gratitude. He listed the men and women who shaped him, his teachers, his mentors, his role models. Why? Because the Stoics understood this truth. Wisdom is not built in isolation. It is sharpened by the example of those who came before us. But here's the danger today. Most people choose the wrong models. They idolize celebrities, influencers, or wealthy figures who live without virtue. And then they wonder why their own lives feel empty. The Stoic approach is different. Don't copy the popular. Emulate the wise. Seek out those whose character shines brighter than their status. Think of Epictetus, who, though once a slave, became a guide for emperors. Think of Seneca, whose letters to Lucilius still give us clarity in chaos. Think of Marcus himself, the most powerful man on earth, yet humble enough to admit his flaws. Learning from the wise doesn't mean blind imitation. It means studying their strengths and applying them to your own life. It means asking, how did they handle adversity? What virtues can I practice today? And wisdom is not just in books. It can be in the mentor who lives with integrity, the parent who sacrifices quietly, the friend who speaks truth when it's hard. Heroes are everywhere if you choose to see them. So surround yourself with voices that elevate you, not corrupt you. Read the works of the great minds, observe the habits of the disciplined, and little by little, their strength becomes yours. Remember, mediocrity is contagious, but so is excellence. Learn from the wise, walk with the virtuous, and soon you too will become the example others strive to follow. Rule number 10, daily self-reflection. Seneca wrote in his letters, "Each night I examine my entire day and review my deeds and words." Marcus Aurelius did the same, filling his journal with reflections that would become the meditations. The Stoics knew that a life without reflection is a life lived blindly. Self-reflection is the mirror of the soul, the practice that transforms mistakes into lessons and lessons into growth. But here's the truth. Most people run from reflection. They drown their evenings in distraction, television, noise, endless scrolling, anything to avoid facing themselves. But avoidance breeds weakness. Reflection builds strength. Think of it like this. Every night you hold court with yourself. You are both the judge and the defendant. You ask, did I live by my values today? Did I master my emotions, or did I let them master me? Where did I act with courage and where did I shrink? This is not about guilt. It is not about perfection. It is about honesty, about seeing clearly so that tomorrow you can rise stronger than today. Imagine the compound effect. One night of reflection brings awareness. 10 nights bring progress. 1,000 nights bring transformation. So make it a ritual. At the end of each day, before sleep, take 5 minutes in silence. Write one sentence of what you did well, one sentence of what you must improve, and one reminder of your purpose. Do this, and watch as your days stop blending into noise, and instead become a deliberate journey of growth. Because without reflection, time is wasted. With reflection, time is redeemed. Remember this, the world can teach you many lessons, but the deepest wisdom is learned when you dare to face yourself. Reflect daily, and you will not just live, you will evolve. Conclusion. And so, we've walked through 10 timeless Stoic rules to forge unbreakable self-discipline, from discovering your purpose to relying on yourself, all the way to daily self-reflection. But remember this, philosophy doesn't change your life by listening, it changes your life by living it. If this video sparked something in you, give it a like and subscribe so you never miss another Stoic lesson. And I want to hear from you. Share in the comments. Which rule will you start practicing tomorrow? Don't just listen, live as a Stoic.